I assume that she's gone to ground at your place.
She has. I think she's been a very silly girl, and you've been so good to her.
You know, I really have enjoyed this lunch, Polly.
So have I, Edward.
You're one of the few people around here who understands me. Why is that, do you think?
Perhaps because we both have difficult children. And we do have a common bond in William.
Of course, if your business did take you to America, I don't see how they could deny you reasonable access to the child.
And then I could see Oren and his mother and talk to them face to face.
Exactly.
You really are a very clever man, Edward.
Thank you.
Well, well. How the other half live?
Well, while the cat's away.
And where is the cat?
Guernsey. I imagine you've heard about Charles selling his Relton shares.
Yes, I have. What's it all about?
It's no good asking me what game Charles is playing.
Come on, Gerald.
No, I mean it. This time I'm completely in the dark.
Well, I'll just have to go and ask him myself then. Have fun.
Ladies, we've got it.
Got what?
The prime site in Guernsey. And once more, we're going to be the only ones selling fashion there. Wonderful. And you can pack your bags.
What do you mean?
I'm going to need all the help I can get in Guernsey.
Oh, Jan, that's tremendous. Who's going to look after this place?
Polly can. She can earn her keep for a change.
You are in a very wicked mood today.
I am. And what's more, I'm extremely happy. I don't know why, but suddenly all the tension's just drained away.
Good.
Design house. Edward? Dinner tonight. Yes, I'm still here. Yes, why not? 8 o'clock would be fine. I'll see you then. Bye.
I rather had the impression that all that was over.
It is. But just because I'm not marrying the man doesn't mean to say we can't see one another. Does it?
A final fling before we go on a regime of bread and water, is that it?
Not at all. And take that scowl off your face. Raise your glass and drink a toast to your very clever husband.
Not before you tell me what this is all about.
Well, I just simply doubled our capital, that's all. Now, will you raise your glass?
What? Double? But how?
Well, I just played a hunch on the stock exchange. I bought low, sold high.
You made a killing.
I think that describes it perfectly.
You know, sometimes I forget how clever you really are.
To us.
To us. Whoa.
You know, the first thing I'm going to do is invest in you. Whether Jan likes it or not. You're going to go into business on your own.
She won't like it, you know.
Oh, well, then I'm quite sure you can persuade her. Gosh, I can't tell you how relieved I am that I pulled it off.
The fact is, you did.
Yes, I did. Right, let's get changed for dinner.
Gerald?
Mm-hmm.
These shares, were they anything to do with Charles?
Well, yes and no. I mean, it was all perfectly ethical. Doesn't really matter, because he'll never find out.
You really are incredible, Avril. You fly out here, supposedly waving a flag of truce. Within half an hour, you're trying to tell me what I should and what I shouldn't do.
I simply want to find out what's going on. Look, forget the fact that I might actually still care about you.
Which I find very hard to believe.
Damn it, Charles, will you let me finish? What I certainly care about is Relton. And I think I have a right to know what devious game you're playing. If you owe me nothing else, you owe me that.
Look, let's get this straight once and for all, shall we? Whether or not I choose to play a devious game, as you put it, is entirely my business. If I choose to sell every damn share I own, it's also my business.
If you put all your shares on the market, the price is bound to fall.
It will recover.
Oh, eventually. But in the meantime, you just don't care who suffers, do you? As long as it's not you.
I'm sorry you had a wasted trip, Avril. Now, if you'll forgive me, I have a business meeting to attend to.
Believe me, Charles, it's not been wasted.
Well, you fought a long battle, and you won. So, where do you go from here?
Oh, consolidate, I think, first.
No. First, you take a holiday.
You mean go with you to the Bahamas?
Well, if that's what you'd like. Needless to say, I'd be delighted. But it's not what I want. It's what you want that matters.
Well, perhaps after Guernsey. How long will you be away?
That depends on what I might come back to. Too many ghosts. Wisest thing would be put a bulldozer through the place.
Oh, but you must be joking. Highfield's been in your family for generations.
No, that's a myth put about by my PR department years ago. Oh, do have some coffee. Do you know, Jan, what my father really wanted was to be one of the gentry. He bought this place in the 30s, when he first came down from Bradford.
You were born in Bradford?
Yes. Do you know that I grew up believing that my grandfather was a Yorkshire coal owner? Well, that's what I've always been told. Do you know what he really was?
No.
A coal merchant. Started off humping coal along the streets in a pushcart. Anyway, he ended up owning 8 coal yards. Then he married the daughter of the local baronet. She dutifully produced one son, me, and then, duty done, she firmly closed the bedroom door. But do you know what really upset him? Society. Although he'd married well, he was still classed as trade.
So even though you were born in Bradford, most of your childhood was spent here?
Well, my home was at Highfield, yes, but from the age of 6, I was mainly away at boarding school.
6?
Yes. I remember the only time my father ever hit me. It was just before the 2nd term. I didn't want to go back, and I started to cry. But it was in this room, somewhere over there. And there I was, blubbing away and pleading not to go back. And he didn't say a word. He just stood there and listened. And then he hit me once across the face. I ended up, over here. I made sure I never cried again.
Did you hate your father?
No. Well, yes, once. He went off to a funeral on his own. One of the maids told me it was my grandfather. He'd kept him shut up in a nursing home at Worthing. I thought he'd been long dead. It would have been an embarrassment, you see. One couldn't have a skeleton like that in the cupboard. Now, could one? Pity. I'd love to have met the old boy. Coal on a barrow.
So, these fishing rods you sell, you make them as well, do you?
Sure, why lose half the profit? Yes, sir, last few years we've really expanded some. Why don't you come see the place yourself sometime?
Yeah, I'd like to. Well, Scott, this is okay.
Hey, she's a beauty, isn't she, Jack? Why aren't we going out on her this morning?
Yeah, well, my foreman's making her pretty for the boat show. I'll take you out in another boat. Bill? Bill? Where the bloody hell are you, Bill?
What do you want?
Everything all right, Bill?
Nothing that should spoil your day, Jack.
That's my foreman. Hey, listen, Scott. We're a bit short on marlin in the channel, you know.
Oh, it's okay. I brought along some special equipment.
Oh? Special equipment?
Yeah. Bottle of Glen Islay malt.